Believe it or not, I enjoy directing more than acting. But these days, you have like 4 jobs that you're doing, you're juggling. I hear now, even I've never done it. I've never juggled 2 sets at the same time. I think the only bad thing about Nigeria is we don't give people their flowers, really.
Right.
It almost feels like you're afraid to give people their flowers because you feel like, I don't want their head to swell. You know, I don't want them to feel even more pompous or feel important. Naturally, it was an abrupt stop because prior to that time, we were used to like working back to back.
Yeah.
You pretty much didn't have any. I wasn't even one of those people that, like I said, would do 2 productions at a time. I would do 1 at a time, and yet I was like, after a year, they called us and said they want to do a meeting. I was like, okay, what's the meeting about? You guys have to come and apologize. No. I'm going to say this on your show because your show is worth it.
Right, so they say film is written by the stories that endure, and sometimes we sort of forget about the people who endured with the stories that we told or we tell. And for me, I'm all about, having real film conversations. If it's a real film conversation, you see me here. And my guest today is someone that she embodies Nollywood. And when you talk about growth for Nollywood, she is a perfect example of growth in Nollywood. 30 years in the space, and she's still counting. As a matter of fact, she just started. So the 30 years is like the pre. This is the now. She's gone from, bringing people's dreams to life, as an actor, to saying, nah, I want to bring my own dream to life. I want to direct my stuff. And that's what she's done with this particular, film we'll be talking about as the show progresses. And, it's a pleasure for me to have her on the show. She's hardly everywhere. So, she's a very, what do they call it, this thing? She's a very priceless commodity. You don't see it everywhere. Those kind of things they make in limited editions. Yeah. My guest today is Omotola Jalade Ekeinde.
Hi, Dami.
How's it going?
Ooh, I'll be dumb.
Yeah, just relax. It's a conversation we're having. It's a conversation.
The feared one.
Nah, it's not. Well, it's not an interview. There's something that I was interviewing Auntie Bolanle Austin Peters, and she said, when the first time I met her, she said like, there's people say that you're very daring, like you act, like with the things you talk about. And I say that it is essential for me to talk about these things. I wanted to work in film, and I got into the space, and the things that I saw, I'm like, nah,
something has to give.
I'm going to run mad if I try to do. I don't have the money to keep the casting. Actors were being bougie and everything, and I'm just like, nah, let me just talk about the ills. Let me focus on what is wrong. Perhaps bring it to light with my platform as a social media person. Then maybe the conversation can be
can expand. And
first, thank you for coming.
Pleasure.
Mother's love. I want to talk about mother's love because it is essential. First of all, I love cerebral films. When I saw, I'm not a fan of slapstick, and I talk about it a lot. We do a lot of slapstick in Nollywood because we want to sell.
Yeah.
No shade to anybody before you guys come for me, but I feel like we need to tell important stories. And when I saw the trailer, I've not seen the film. The film is not out yet, obviously, but I know that it is not your regular Nollywood film. And I'm going to go into a number of questions. And by the way, she's Dr. Omotola Jalade Ekeinde. For those who sort of mixed it up, okay. So Doctor.
Oh dear.
let's get to it.
Omotola works.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you give me that consent. So let's go. Mother's love.
Right.
You talked about your mom. I'm just guessing as a guy who has heard you talk about your relationship with your mom. I'm just thinking this is probably something with, it has to do with something personal.
Right.
What about mother's love is personal to you?
I'll say the premise of it, like the foundation of mother's love, is a very personal topic for me. I've noticed that over the years, a lot of people have not paid enough attention to the relationship between mothers and daughters. It's a very, very delicate dance within those two. Because mothers normally feel like they're the ones who have to be the disciplinarian of the family, even though we have a lot of fathers that are disciplinarians anyway, but mothers feel like that's their first role as a mother. You want to nurture this child, you want to teach this child, you want to prune this child, and everything, and you still risk the that child thinking that there's something wrong with your relationship because you're hard on them. Why you're not my friend, you know, and stuff. So that's relationship is very delicate. And I've realized from my own experience with my mother, my relationship with my mother, that it took the longest time for me to understand her. And why she was doing the things she was doing to me, because of the circumstances, of course, in which our relationship was formed. And unfortunately, by the time I grew into a woman and I really started to understand her, she was gone. And then now, fast forward to me being a mother as well, having my own daughter, my first daughter. I have two daughters, but my first daughter, I'm my mother's daughter, so I still have that disciplinarian thing in me, you see. And I'm doing that same thing with my daughter, hopefully, you know, an upgraded version, so I'm not maybe as tough or anything. That's what I thought. But then my daughter doesn't feel the same. And even with all my efforts and everything, she still feels like something is wrong or broken in our relationship. I see her relationship with her dad, and it's quite different from the relationship with me. And so this dance is something that keeps happening. And I think the difference within the behavior within my mother, between my mother and I, is my mother never sat me down to say, let's talk. But with my daughter, I've had to sit down with her and go, let's talk. What do you think I'm doing wrong? What do you think is wrong with the way we communicate? Why? And she's like, you don't understand me. You just don't get me. It's like, I do. You think I don't? I do. I just ignore it because I don't want you to think what I get is right. You know, that's my job, you know, and all of that stuff. And that's exactly what it is with mother's love. The daughter kept saying, you don't get me. And there were so many other things she said in that movie that went over her mother's head. Because you think as a mother, the first job you have to do is to train this child. But somehow you still have to be their friend. Not the friend, but a friend. Or confidant, the disciplinarian, the shoulder to lean on. It's a lot of roles. And then you still have to balance the other kids and then the family and all the other external things. It's a lot.
Do you have this thing similar in your family where, you know, the sons are closer to the mom and the daughters are closer to the dad?
Yes.
I think it's an African
It's
thing.
a natural African. I think it actually happens with, even with
the Western world.
Yeah, even with the Western world. I think it's just, fathers have more soft spot for daughters, you know, because they're girls, you know, they want to take care of them, they want to treat them and stuff like that, and the boys are like, ugh, you know, and then the mothers to go, okay, that's my boyfriend. You see your son as your boyfriend, you know, so you want to cuddle up to him, you want to go out with him, especially when he now becomes big, you know, you want to be young next to him. It's a thing, you know, so yeah, that happens, it's true.
Now, let's talk about the writing of the film. Who wrote the film?
So it was written by myself, and so it was my story. And my producer is also a writer. Her name is Tina. Yeah, Tina Tondo. So she did the screenplay, and then I always eventually do my editing.
And what is the thing about the writing that you think is different from? Because I mean, I could tell you that there's been a number of cerebral films that's come out of cinema. You know, and I know RMD dropped Radio Voice, which I really loved, you know, and a number of films like this over the years. What about the writing is different?
Not as much as I would have loved, because I didn't have enough time for pre-production, which I always say in all my interviews is one of my biggest regrets, because I know 70% of the work in the movie is done at pre-production, and I would not say because I didn't do enough of that, I'm not going to say the truth. So I wish I had enough time to sit on my script. But having said that, even with what I have, I'm shocked myself. I'm like, wow. And that's because scripting is very important for me. Development of a script is, when I watch a movie, I actually tell people about the script, even though I never saw the script, you know, and that's a very important part of filmmaking for me. So I'll say for this script, were some particular things that I knew that had to be in place, even though I didn't have as much time as I wanted. One was I needed to sell the message. Another thing was the patriotism. We needed to, I believe that with American films, one of the things that they've done very well is they always have a message. You know, the American is always the hero. So what is the message that I'm always going to be telling in my script, in my films? That was very important to me to not lose that. So family is very important to me. In all my films, you will always see that I would always promote family values. So if it's not necessary, you would never need to close your eye when you're watching a movie of Omotola, for sure. You know, if it's not necessary, except, you know, sex scenes are important, maybe for the character or for the movie, you would not see that. I feel it's unnecessary. You know, if it's unnecessary, it's unnecessary. So you will not be seeing that in Mother's Love. We're very particular about that. We're also very particular to make sure that the messaging about some things I wanted to give were very clear, you know. And then the development of this movie is such that I think that's one of the most beautiful things about this movie. Even a lot of Westerners that have watched it said it felt very natural.
Right.
So I want to believe when people watch it, they will see the same thing. Nothing felt forced. We're very particular about the kind of actors we casted for that reason.
Right.
Even in my directing, I made it very clear to them, I don't need anybody yelling or shouting all over the place.
Right.
And I know that sometimes it attracts people to, you know, the loudness. But this is film. Film is different. And I've heard people say things about, oh, theatre. Yeah, theatre is different from film.
Right.
There are two different types of
you have
filmmaking.
Microphones, why are you shouting?
There are two different types of filmmaking. In film, you hold back. You take it back. You know, it's in theatre or in telenovelas, you know, TV and everything that you can do all of that and all of that. So there are two different forms of expression, you know. So with film, you know, it's going to be on big screen. You want people to just enjoy it and feel like, you know, they're in there with them. And that's something that we try to do with this film. I hope we were able to.
And talking about actors, I have my beef with actors in Nollywood.
You do?
Yeah.
What did we do?
I mean, not your generation, because I think I grouped actors into generations. I think this young, social media influenced actors.
Okay.
Yeah, and you mentioned something. You were being particular about the kind of actors you used in your film. Can you? So I saw Ifeanyi Kalu. I think that's one of the persons. And of course, a very good actor, by the way.
Amazing.
You know,
actor.
but what was the process for you to, you know, selecting actors for a film like this? It's your directorial debut. It's your first film as a director. It's either you get it right or you don't get it right, with the actors especially, because some of you already get the memo, like yourself and some other guys who've done this thing for years. But these new guys who are coming in, who you're supposed to use. I mean, I thought you were going to use your daughter in the film, you know, but
no,
she probably don't
she's
want to
not an actor, and I'm not going to force anyone to act just because.
But then the actors you
clickbait, no.
But then the actors you had in the film, what was the process for selection? I mean, auditions. What was important to you?
For this particular story, it was a very small story, just 6 characters, really.
Throughout the film?
Yeah, just 6. I mean, majorly.
Okay, majorly. Okay.
The film has skill, so we worked. So we tried to do that with the film itself. But with the characters in the film, they're just 6 major characters really in the film. So it was very important to find people that had a self-awareness of who they were as actors. That was very important. Like, they don't have to. I didn't want actors that felt like I have to do to show that I'm in this project. I wanted actors that already feel confident of who they are and know that all they need to do is embody that character, understand that character, what it needs, and just be. And that's something that I thought I found in Ifeanyi Kalu. I noticed that he didn't have to act out.
It's very nuanced.
Yeah, you know, when you see him, he carries that sort of, you know, that kind of confidence, doesn't he? You know, so that's what I was looking for. And it's to shock you to know that even before I did the movie, I didn't really know him. You know, but I knew his face, and so I kept describing. I said, "This actor, he's fair. He has this beard and everything." But his name kept coming to my head, Kalu. So they kept bringing other people that were Kalu. I said, "No, not this person, not this person." Then when I saw, yes, him, you know, and everything, but because I already knew, I just knew it was him. I just knew it was him. I mean, I toyed with 1 or 2 other people in my head, but it just didn't fit right, you know. And then for my daughter, I had worked with her on the project that I always talked about, the YouTube project that I first tried my hands on when I wanted to do just a week before or 2 weeks before or so. So I knew that she was a perfect fit. I just worked with her and I saw that she's new, but her range was great. And I was like, this girl looks like me. That was a very...
What's her name? Sorry.
Her name is Nori.
Oh, okay.
Nore, you know, so I mean, I was like, she's pretty much like my baby because I'm grooming her and this girl looks like me already. I'm like, I'm just going to go for her, you know. And even though we thought, oh my God, you know, back to back 2 movies that you're doing, it didn't matter. Point is, who was going to, bring out that character and make it very convincing. And with other actors too, the same thing. It was, everybody was specifically picked for this project.
Let's touch on directing.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think I've just read so much about film and watched so many films rather, to know when a film is not well directed. I probably don't know how to direct a film, but like
you just know.
Yeah, like when you
the flow.
It's like I don't know how to cook food, but when I taste it, I know when the salt is too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so why did you, or directing, why? I mean, you could have just stayed the actor, produced the film, EP the film.
Right.
Why did you say, no, I wanted to, it's time for me to do this myself?
I've always directed films, to be honest.
So this is not your first direct.
I mean, officially my first.
Officially your first.
Well,
okay.
Not officially my first, because I did Road Rogue just a week or so, the YouTube one, and I'd also done some The Smoke, 2009 series, small series like that I did.
Well, we can say mainstream, like
but for a film, my directorial,
feature
length film, my first directorial debut, right? So I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about even on films where I had acted as an actor. Yes. You would always find me with the director. Yeah. And most of my directors will agree right now. Because that's the part of filmmaking that I actually do really love.
So you're a director's actor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for me, that's the best part. My best part of filmmaking is actually the scripting and the directing of the film. Believe it or not, I enjoy directing more than acting.
Oh, really?
I really do. I really do.
That's my first social.
I actually really do.
Yeah.
I think for the first time, I feel like now that I'm doing my own movies, I don't need to use my body anymore, because all my career I've had to use my face, my body. Right. And directing my own film or directing a job, well, not necessarily my own film, but directing a job feels like now I can use my brain.
Right.
Which I think is actually the most beautiful part of my body. Right. My brain. Right. So so that is amazing to me. And so that I enjoy. That process I really enjoy. I'll say more than acting, to be honest. Every time they said you're on set director, I would groan. I would ask if it's too late to remove me as the lead actor or something. I didn't even want to act in this movie. I was asked to do it, and stuff like that. So yeah. I really do enjoy directing.
I mean, it's good to see you direct a film. Like you mentioned, you've been doing this for a while. And I've seen this happen before. I mean, I was talking to Bjorn Steven. I'm sure you know her.
Okay, yes.
And she said that if I give an actor my film and they don't give me feedback, I will most likely decast the actor.
You should.
You know
I will.
Like, you don't give me feedback.
Because that means you're not invested.
You just want to come, collect money and go.
Right.
But when you give a feedback, it shows that, okay, you've seen it.
I like her, because there's some directors who don't like that. I don't think I doubt if there's any job I've ever, 31 years now this year.
Right, 31,
going into my 31. And I don't think there's any director, and I've done over 300 films, that has ever given me a script. Any one of them, I challenge them to come out and say Omotola has not either worked on the script and sent it right back, or tried to sit down with you to work on the script somewhat, or my character, if I feel like the script is good, or my character, or just do some kind of work. I can't. I can't.
Let's even go deeper with this conversation about your craft as an actor. I genuinely feel that, like I said, these new age actors, a lot of them are not motivated by the craft itself. I feel like there's a lot of motivation based off what people talk about you online, and there's a lot of social media influence. And I posted something recently where I said content creators are now actors. They've taken over, like they're getting paid more than the guys who actually went to school or who learned or who have the skill for acting. And back then, I remember working on a project, and I was with Auntie Hilda Dokubo. And what happened was she landed Lagos at about 8 p.m. and she was going straight to film.
Right.
And I was like, don't you want to rest or something? She was like, no.
It calls.
She was looking for where to change. She was just trying to change in the car. And for me, it just made me understand, or you just made me understood how it was for you back then and how it is now. I feel like then you were doing it because you wanted to. That felt like if it's not acting, nothing else.
Yeah.
But now there's a lot of distraction. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of, if I'm not acting, I'm probably influencing them. So I want to ask you now, Nollywood then and now, when it comes to acting as a craft, do you think it has changed? Or And if it's changed, is it for the good or for the worse?
For the reasons that you have said, I would
Right.
say it's changed for the worse.
Right.
I think the main reason for that right now is, like you said, social media has just made everything either better for promotion,
Right.
and then worse for creativity,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the only reason why is because right now, as an actor or as a creative, you're not just creating because you feel that sense of this is what I should be doing.
Right.
Now you have to worry about what everybody else thinks about it. Now you have to worry about clickbait. Now you have to worry about posting. Oh, are people going to engage with this work that I'm putting out? So that's what I mean when I say worse. You know, it's almost, it takes away the passion.
Right.
It takes away the joy of creating. Because you believe that this is something that needs to go out there as an artist. You know, I remember, you know, a long time ago, I read somewhere, I don't know whose quote exactly, that as a filmmaker, you don't do a movie until you have a story to tell. It burns you. You feel like if I don't tell the story, if I don't shoot the story, I probably would die.
Right.
That the same thing with even an artist, like someone who paints. You see them, they're going away, they lock themselves in a dark room because they see that image in their head. You want to bring it out. But these days, you know, it's half-baked. You don't even think it through. You just get an idea. In those days, you will sit on an idea for a while. By the time you're bringing it out, you're so passionate about it. You want it out there. That's why you can see like a veteran like Hilda Dokubo just get there. And because she's sat down with that script it's busting out of her, okay? She can't wait to get on set, do that job and whatever. But these days, you have like 4 jobs that you're doing. You're juggling. I hear now, even I've never done it. I've never juggled 2 sets at the same time. In my career.
It happens now.
You know, so now you see people juggling, you know, oh, I have to go. You know, you're not really entrenched in this character or this role that you're playing.
Right.
You get to another set, you're probably, and it used to happen in those days too, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's just now. But it's more amplified now, you know, because now there's so much you want to live up to, you know. And now also, as an artist, you talked about influencers, being actors and everything. Everything now is about numbers.
Right.
It's like a numbers game. It's not bad
If they
for
can
business.
Act. If they can act. If they
You
can
know,
act. There's some
they
people
need
I
the
don't have issues
experience.
with. But
I
if
agree.
you can't.
Yeah, if you can't, you can't, right?
Right.
But that's the sad part. The sad part is where people can see that they can't and they don't care.
As long as they're in the film.
Yeah,
Numbers
because
for the film.
all you care about is the numbers. They're bringing these eyeballs. They're bringing this, you know. And for me, I just believe you should know the difference. And we are all in the entertainment space, but we are all good at different things. An actor is an actor. An influencer is an influencer. It doesn't mean you can't move in and out of all these roles. But what are you first? You know, what's your first profession? And you should respect people for that. And the years of experience that I can't be an influencer as good as an influencer is an influencer. They've spent time, you know, experience. They study to understand what is the best way, the hook. You know, what is, you know, that's what they do. I should respect that. When I'm doing skits with every, I don't do many skits or whatever, but with the skit makers that I've done skits with, they will tell you I respect what they do. You know, and they will say, mama, you people that will stay on set. I say, I know, that's different. It's a different mindset, but you guys have to change so quick. You have to do this so you have to think on on your feet and everything. I respect them. It's hard. It's hard, you know, and all of that stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to all respect one another for what we do.
Right.
And everyone should feel like in my place, I am not just being respected, but I'm getting the right remuneration and everything that comes with what I do. All right.
I mean, let's even talk about the paperwork for actors, and I think it's one of the things that you fought for during your time. You know, I mean, I sort of tell people that some of the better life that actors are living now, some persons fought for it.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that people just, you know, feel like there's certain things that you deserve. I know that there are things that you deserve as an actor, but you should also acknowledge the fact that people actually went through stuff to ensure that you get paid whatever you're getting paid today. I mean, I could easily ask you, what was the first amount of money you were paid for the first film you did?
Actually, 40,000 naira.
Can you imagine? I don't think you would even, I mean, I'm just saying, but now it's gone where actors are being paid $1 million per day.
Yeah.
You know, so and it's growth because it's come from somewhere. from 40,000 to 1 million per day, I think it's we should thank God.
40,000 for like a whole month.
For like, oh, you see, and some people are doing 1 million per day, and they do like 10 days or 5 days on set, and they're getting paid 5 million, 10 million. And I wanted to talk, you to talk on a bit about acting and why, or the things that you fought for as an actor during your time that you think, or maybe you know, that the actors of today are enjoying.
They know. I think the only bad thing about Nigeria is we don't give people their flowers, really.
Right.
It almost feels like you're afraid to give people their flowers because you feel like, I don't want their head to swell. You know, I don't want them to feel even more pompous or feel important or something.
Why not give them their flowers? Yeah. Why not? I mean,
it is what it is.
I would want to collect my own flowers.
You know, I hope it would be nice.
I'm going to ask for it, but like...
I don't ask for it. I give myself my flowers.
Right.
No, I would not demand it from you. If you don't give it to me, that's fine. I would give myself my own flowers, you know, because I have my hands, I have my mouth, I have my fingers, I can type whatever I want. But it would be nice if other people gave you the flowers for what you, irrespective of what they think about you. So that way you can maybe do more or something. Is encouraging. Right. But if a few of us put down blood for this and all of that stuff, we put our careers down on the line, you know, for Nollywood to be where it is today, knowingly or unknowingly. Sometimes it was because we were trying to push ourselves forward, and in the long run we pulled the entire industry forward. And some of us did it intentionally, knowing fully well that we might not even be the ones to immediately directly enjoy that privilege, but in the long run, if we did it, we would be a part of it, hopefully. So it's been a lot of work, a lot of fights, a lot of work and a lot of fights to get the industry to where it is. I don't think we're even there where we should be yet. So there's still a lot of more work to do, and we keep doing it.
The reason I asked that question is because I think you must have heard this thing a lot, right? Is about the blacklisting that happened to you.
Oh.
and I asked because from my understanding, I might be wrong, maybe you could correct me now, or from my research, it was actors against some marketers at the time. And they sort of just wanted, because they were not treating actors well. And, you know, because at the time they were the gatekeepers sort of. So they could easily say, oh, this person, that. And you guys were fighting for stuff that you thought that you should have as actors. And that was one of the reasons why they said, now you see these ones, no, we're going to at least for like a year or two.
Clip their wings.
You understand? No, show them on camera. So, and that's why I wanted you to talk. Is this the reason why you got
at the time? Don't forget also that Nollywood started around the same 93, 94, you know. So a lot of things were very new to a lot of people. And our first investors were marketers.
Got it.
Shout out to marketers. Thank you so much for all that you guys did for our industry. They really invested at the time. And these guys have a mentality, okay? We were selling empty cassettes.
Right.
For X amount of money. Now just put Omotola, put this person, put that person in it, and they can sell it for a little bit more.
Right.
So for them, it was pure, you know, like, how will I put it? It was buying and selling kind of mentality. They were not artists, they were not producers, most of them. So they didn't understand, you know, treating people a certain way. For them, it was just, come and act the film and go, you know. So, but we that wanted this to be a career, that know what it should be like, we're like, okay, you're here to stay, you're not going anywhere. We understand that you guys are traders, you know, but we don't want to be treated like commodity. We want to be treated like professionals, and this is how it ought to be done. So the kickback, of course, at first, you know, because these are investors, they will do as much as they know they need to do to make that money. But when it now starts to bother sometimes on what they think is their money, you know, when it starts to like, you're now adding things to their investments. You know what I'm trying to say? You know, the normal trader begins to kick back, like, okay, this is my ROI, you know, this is my margin, you know, and all of that stuff. And we were pushing them to go bigger, to go further, because they're comfortable. They're like, okay, I know that if I put in X amount of money, I should get X amount of money, and I'm fine there. And we're saying, no, push it a bit further. We want this, we need that to happen. and stuff, so that you can make maybe even more.
Right.
And so that's not going to be easy. Change is never easy.
Right.
Change is never easy. It only takes the bold to ever do that. And so that's what we're doing at the time. And so there was a lot of kickback. And what happened? They banned the the
Well,
so-called
how did that
AIDS.
affect your career at the time?
Why did it?
How did it affect your career?
Well, how
at
did
the
it?
time?
Naturally, it was an abrupt stop, because prior to that time we were used to like working back to back.
Yeah.
You pretty much didn't have any. I wasn't even one of those people that, like I said, would do 2 productions at a time. I would do 1 at a time, and yet I was like
You were booked after the
literally
next
booked.
after,
Yeah. So you can imagine those who were even doing 2, 3, 4 at a time. It was a lot, So you can imagine now having all of that come to an abrupt and so of course naturally it's like a moving train,
Right.
and then you press on the brakes. You have to like, oh, okay, what's going on now? So for someone like me, I'm very good at that. You can't ruffle me. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm just not one of those people that you can intimidate or you can. When something happens, I immediately my brain just switches. That's just the way I'm made. So I immediately just went, okay, that's that about that. As long as I know I'm doing the right thing. That's that about that. What next? I've always wanted to do my music anyway.
Right.
So for me, I just saw it as an opportunity. Because I have time now. That's it's another so I went and released my album. I got into the studio, started producing my album with the amazing late OJB. OJB Jezreel.
Yeah.
And we locked down for like in my house. He moved into my house for like,
you were like calling
a
their
month.
bluff, like.
I wasn't even intentionally calling their bluff. I just moved on to the next thing.
Yeah, like okay,
like it's what it is.
That happened. Well, yeah.
I moved on.
I could sing also, so yeah.
We'll just go to music.
Yeah.
So I went and did my album. By God's grace, it was a massive hit. I was with Sound Factory. They signed me, paid me hell of money.
Right.
I did my album and all of that. And after a year, they called us and said they want to do a meeting. I was like, okay, what's the meeting about? You guys have to come and apologize. No. That's not going to happen.
Azal.
So Azal now. So of course they continued. The cane continued for another 1 year. So for me, I was banned for 2 years.
Do you want to mention another name of someone that was banned alongside you?
Eventually, everybody that was anybody at that time was banned. About 8 of us. I mean, the top.
I think you said it was because you said so whether it was because of majorly 2 of you. Yes. And by extension, they just said it's a good time to just deal with all of them. But from what I heard, it was because of two of us, myself and one other person. Is it male or female? I'm just asking male or female.
It's actually male.
Okay.
It's actually male.
Does the name start from R?
I'm not giving you more than that. Man.
I'm just saying, fine. I mean, just on the lighter note, really. I mean, these are stories that you can probably tell now. Because I'm sure back then it wasn't probably funny.
No, it wasn't. It was very annoying.
But now you look back at it, you're like, you see. Because even that person or those persons, I'm sure in their individual careers, they did excellently well for themselves. So it's just, I mean, these are just stories that I feel like people should know. Because this is history.
You have to know the history.
And people don't know about history.
Yeah.
They just come into film and I want to act and I want to do stuff. And I'm like, bro, do you know what happened before you came in?
Right.
And I'm a big fan of history. Like I read stuff a lot. So I want to know how this thing came to be. I just want to know that, you can be paying actors 4 million or whatever, or this can happen, or this. No, what happened?
How did we get there?
At what particular juncture did, the market?
I remember when the money generally that they would pay us actually got to 1 million naira. Before
at the time?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I remember when the first time a million naira was paid to someone.
Wow. Oh, that wasn't you?
Actually, I think it was.
Someone? No. Now let's talk about streaming a bit. Now, okay, before streaming, you've gone to Hollywood, you've done Bollywood, and you feel like I feel like you've done the 360, like Nolly, Bolly, Holly, any other wood that is there. You've been there. What would you say? Which one thing would you say Nollywood still lacks? Just that one thing.
Structure.
Right.
Yeah, structure.
Right.
When I went to do some work in Bollywood, it was not a film. It was what's it called, an advert,
Oh, okay.
but it was shot in the film village,
Right,
in the
right.
film village in Mumbai, and so because they knew it was someone like me coming,
Right.
they took me around the film village, showed me everything. The advert was shot like a film
Right.
anyway, and stuff like that. So that was my introduction
entrance
into that,
to Bollywood, yeah.
into Bollywood. And I do have a lot of Indian friends because we've worked together at the UN and
Right.
stuff like that. And so I see the structure that they have. And of course now I live in Hollywood, so I see, and I've worked also, don't forget that also EJ was shot in Hollywood.
Right.
Like
EJ,
properly,
yeah,
all right?
EJ, yeah.
So I saw the difference, you know, despite the fact that it was a Nigerian film, I saw how we were shooting there, you know, compared to if we were shooting in Nigeria. I also shot another movie in Ghana at the time. I think after
Gollywood.
that one. Yeah, but then it was pretty much like a Hollywood project.
Hollywood project. Oh, okay.
Ties That Bind.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay.
we had
yeah,
Kimberly
yeah,
Ellis,
yeah,
who's
yeah,
a
yeah,
Hollywood
yeah,
actor
yeah,
on
yeah,
set.
yeah.
It was a SAG production.
Ah.
So you see all this difference, and you see how you as an actor don't have to fight. Like, for example, I'll give you just a very perfect example. Because Kimberly Ellis was coming on that set, and because she's a SAG actor, at the time I was not SAG, you know, there were some things that the production had to have in place for both her and her co-stars.
A writer.
In her rider.
Yeah.
It just came with her job, you know, that people like us enjoyed.
Right.
For example, she had to have a trailer, and they would say, get her co-actors trailers because we don't want them coming to pitch in her own trailer.
Right.
So that we don't go and become pests
Right.
in her trailer. You know, I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, now in Nollywood, I think
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
productions,
So some of
you know,
them actually-
but I'm just using that as an back then it was unheard of, you know. And so in Ghana, they had to get her a trailer and get us one so that we don't go and start becoming a nuisance. You know, it's like, you know, but I'm just using that for, you know, as an example. She had ahead of time, I think she's vegetarian or something like that. So, you know, all of her food specifications and all of that was sent ahead, you know, and I was like, wow. You know, yeah. Meanwhile, whatever you catch on set. So I'm just saying, you know, and you might look at it and think, oh, you know, it's just serene. No, it's not, because at the end of the day, what it does is, this is even on sets. This, you know, I'm not talking about even after. But for example, even after, let me go further. She doesn't before she got there, she didn't have to worry about how her money was going to be paid. You know, SAG is going to collect her money. It will be paid.
Right,
you know,
of course.
There's no discussion. You know, that's structure. Afterwards, her royalties and everything. Like today, I sit down and, like I said yesterday, my envelopes are getting to my house. I don't know how it's being sent. All I know is that it's sent.
Residuals and the likes. You talked about it
Do you
a while
know?
back on
So there's a
social,
system somehow that has been put in place that when you work, you feel like I am taken care of. And for creatives, we need to feel that way for us to be able to plan, for us to be able to give our all. I don't know if a lot of people know, there was a time when Ben Stiller came to this country, codedly, to research. I was one of the people that was arranged to meet with him at Federal Palace Hotel also. He wanted to come shoot in this country, and I'm sure there are so many others who have come. But we have not had any major Hollywood production. This I'm telling you was early 2000s.
Yeah, because I mean, I've heard of Ben, and of course I've seen some of the things that he's done, and he came and nothing happened.
They come, so that's to show you that the interest is there. But when they come and then they look around, they see the system, they see there's no tax incentives, there is no there are no proper studios. We have one great one that was there, but is in Tinapa. They're not going to go to Calabar to go shoot. It needs to be in Lagos, you know, stuff like that. This is the nerve of entertainment.
Wow.
You know, and then you look at things like whilst you're on set, you know, there are basic things. For example, you're shooting and the camera, even the training, you know, how we talk on set, how we behave on set. You can't be on set and you just go talk to a lead character and you just go there and be like, please, can you sit down and remove your leg? Like, you know, so there's so many. Film is a very elitist.
Yes, it is.
Elitist job, but we really think it's a joke.
We watered it down.
It's an elitist job, like
down,
and that's why we have not really properly been able to collaborate with Hollywood or with bigger bigger industries.
I could even tell you this. John Boyega was in Nigeria some years back, and I tell people this story. I was one of the few persons that were called to meet with him, like privately, and he said something. He said that they don't care about Nollywood in Hollywood.
They don't.
He said it. He said it to.
They actually don't.
They were
It's
there.
so annoying.
He said that you guys are. There's this ego thing with Nollywood. Like you guys,
we think we have arrived.
And I was like, how did you know?
I had to unlearn all these things.
I was like, how did you know?
He's telling the truth.
He's not in Nollywood. How is he seeing these things? And it for me.
Because the grounded brother, he knows.
Ah man, I felt really bad and I looked at the actors' faces and the filmmakers that were there as he was talking to see if they probably wanted to say something.
I'm going to say this on your show because your show is worth it.
Thank you.
When I got to Hollywood, I was working with a big studio. I'm not going to mention their name. One day I'm going to mention that name of that studio when my manager gives me the go ahead to. But it's a very big studio, one of the studios I worked with when I got there. And we were doing some work in the studio, and the supervisor of that work we were doing was an African-American lady. But the work that we were doing had some African, it was an African thing, and most of the language was in Dahomey.
Oh, okay.
Egun, language. And then the second language is Yoruba, and then you now have Pidgin English, background voices here and there, sounds and stuff like that. It was a sound job, by the way. And so I remember, they had gotten so many people and all of that stuff to do different things. And I came on the set and there were a few Nigerians then, or Africans, and they recognized me, and there was all this, hey, homosexuals is here and everything. But we're like, look, this is Hollywood, this is a level out. Everybody respect yourself, let's do our job, But there was a Nigerian lady there who's Igbo.
Yeah.
And so when we're doing voices and sound and all of that stuff, she kept saying, Egbemo, Ewo, stuff like that.
Yeah. So
during the break and all of that stuff, so I called my usual way, I called the supervisor and I said, I know you don't know, but my lady who's doing the Egbemo, Ewo and everything, she's African, she's Nigerian, but what she said is not from the side of the part of Africa that we're recording. So she would need to do more of Pidgin English and stuff like that, because that doesn't work. But you see this other lady, some other lady who was there, only one person who could actually speak Egun. I said she needs to be the lead voice because that is actually the language of what we're doing.
Right.
And then people like me and I think some other girls, were like we speak their second language, Yoruba, so we can do a lot of the backup because those are the languages. Right. And then every other person, all the African Americans that are here and Igbo or other African countries, they have to do Pidgin English or just broken English or something. But when it comes to languages, these are the only two languages that are majorly spoken in this region, which is the Egun language and then the Yoruba language. Yeah. She turned to me cold black and said, the studio don't care. I kid you not. This thing affected me. Wow. I said, excuse me? She said, I'm sorry, we don't care. The studio don't care.
Wow.
Those were her exact words. I said, you don't care that you get the language for an African film right? She said, nope. And she smiled. And I said to myself, wow, the struggle continues.
What can it's eye-opening. I mean, but again, it's not far from what we already know, to be honest, in terms of how Hollywood perceives, Nollywood compared to our music. Our music is gone. International. I mean, we're getting Grammy nominations now. Even though we're not winning, we're getting.
we want some.
I mean, we want some, but I was talking about this year particularly, but the movie is finding it difficult to cross, and for me, it's a concern. Because, I mean, I remember, I won't mention her name, a popular filmmaker, quite popular now, even on YouTube, more popular. She was asked about, so it's a conversation about our stories being interpreted from the Western lens. Right. And I said that you want to interpret a Nigerian story with a Western lens, you'll never get it right. What you will get right is a spectacle, but the story might not be as strong because then it's a film where I think it was this film, Things Fall Apart. Oh, okay. By Chinua Achebe. Right. A24 Studios in the US are the ones doing it, and I know that they want to play, Idris Elba to play. I think what's his name again, Okonkwo. Okonkwo. And I've read the book. I love the book, and I'm like, okay, I know Idris is a fantastic actor. I love him as an actor, but I'm not sure if it's going to be very authentic. Yeah. Right. And this particular Nollywood actor, female actor, said that. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong in it. I mean, if they want to do it, let them do it. And because I felt I came out of my social media and said, nah, we need to talk against this. There's another book written, Blood, Oil, Water, one book that's about to be adapted into film. They have Nigerians in it, but what they're playing is they're not playing like major roles. You know, but then I understand, I hear that, oh, okay, this one can market the filmmakers.
Right.
I get it, but where do we bring the balance between authenticity and, you know, the business of film? Because I feel like we lose that a lot.
We do. And I blame us, to be honest. I blame us. I blame the fact that we don't take ourselves seriously enough.
Yeah.
You only take something seriously when they take themselves seriously, if you know what I'm trying to say. You hear people say, oh, who cares about Hollywood? Really? You know you do. You know it's the pinnacle of our job.
Right.
And it doesn't take away from us what we have become. Look, you're talking to somebody who started from this industry from nothing. So don't think that maybe I take it for granted. It made me who I am today. I cherish Nollywood. I have said on national TV, what am I saying national TV? On international TV, I said it on CNN, on my integrity, that Nollywood will be bigger than Hollywood. Go Google it, it's there. I said that in 2013 or so, when it was not famous for you to think Nollywood is anything. I was dragged when I said that. But I said it on my name. And I still believe that. But we have to be real. We have to come to terms with who we really are, what makes us us, our stories. I don't believe anybody should water than our stories. But the form in which we tell it can actually be refined. But most importantly, our training needs to change. One of the things that happened to me when I relocated was the unlearning of who I had become. I've been acting since I was 15. I'd learned a certain way. I thought I was everything. You know, but getting there, you realize nobody gives a, you know. But it's not even just only about that. It's also about the fact that there's so many things that are done differently. For many reasons. So how do you find that balance, which we can? It doesn't mean that we don't have things that we can teach them. I believe there are things they can learn about us too. You know, but we that's why we are coming from behind them. We can look at the mistakes they have made and go, I'm not going to make that mistake. We will better what you guys have done. It gives you an upper hand. It doesn't make you subservient, doesn't make you beneath them. It actually makes you better if you know how to use it. So we can look at their mistakes and look at the things they've not done right and say, you know what, I see where you went wrong here. You know, I can do that better. And then I have this that you probably don't have. We have more of culture. We have more of the amplification of it. You know, our language, the richness of our language, our clothes, our food. It's so beautiful. That's why everybody wants to be Nigerian, by the way. You know, Nigeria, it hurts me. Don't get me started. Like, I'm so passionate about it, sometimes I want to cry. Like, do we know the power we really, really, really have and what we're not using or harnessing? It's sad. Look at South Korea right now. They don't have anything. They don't have anything on us, but they are breaking global entertainment scene. They're breaking it on every angle, from music to film. Look at when they won the Oscar for Parasite. People think it was just one producer. It was an effort. It was a collaboration. Like the country was behind them. You know, pick somebody in Nigeria, for crying out loud, and push that, because that opens the door for others.
I think one thing I would also like to add is the Oscars. You know, we've been given the chance to get into the Oscars, like to at least, you know, get a nomination and probably win an Oscar for about 4 years now, or 5 years.
I think, maybe more.
And up to now, we're still figuring it out. So I know they changed the committee like twice. You know,
I'm in the committee, so speak with caution.
Then I think I should ask you,
yes,
what is the challenge? I spoke to someone and he said, why can't we just come together, collaborate, some persons come together and make a film, particularly for the Oscars? Thank God you're in the committee and you're in the best position to answer this. What is the challenge? What is going on?
I think there's been movies that they've put forward. Unfortunately, it's not made the cut, because from the first cut, they just take us out. You know, it goes through like 3 cuts or thereabout. So yeah, they take us out. And even those ones, it's because, you know, that feeling of let it not be as if we did not put something forward again. Let's just
So it
put
wasn't
this one.
intentional. It was just, let's just have something that represents.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the producers now. I'm talking about the committee.
committee.
You know, so, you know, there's all that, like, we have to, let's just, this time around, and then this looks like it's close enough, and we'll put it in, and then the first cup, shoop, they throw it out. So going to what you're saying, there are many answers to this. It's very deep. And the reason is because to shoot for the Oscars is a very intentional game. It's not, and with us, we want to be commercial as well.
Right.
Right. So, and our own kind of commercial movies are a certain way.
Yeah.
There's a certain tone and intonation it takes.
Yeah.
And it's not quite the Oscar kind of
Commercial.
route and stuff. So if you want to shoot for the Oscars, you have to make up your mind that this is possibly not going to be commercial. Where do you get the money to do that kind of project from? What producer has the kind of money to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to shoot this project and I have just one thing in mind to aim for the Oscars and try out for that, and it's possible that it would never, just festivals and Oscars, right?
Probably won't make a lot of money from it.
Not even a lot. It might not make anything because it's a state of mind.
Right.
It's a state of mind. So that's an intentional thing that you need collaborators for. You need the government. You need non-selfish interests to say we're putting this in you, and nobody has done that. So, you know, the government has to understand that the same way you put in so much money to support the Super Eagles sport and stuff, you need to put that kind of, or even sometimes tourism. You need to put that same sort of money into entertainment, into film, into music.
But we hear that they sort of like this creative fund thing and this lesser fund. I mean, the government has come out to say
funds.
Because I've heard of a number of funds, even though they've not come out publicly to say these are the people that are benefiting from the funds. But, well, I mean, I'm glad that at least, you know, you mentioned this. I want to talk about streaming. And so Mother's Love for me, right? Now, because of the audience we have in Nollywood, in Nigeria, not even Nollywood, the audience, I just feel like some films are too big for cinema.
Too big for cinema?
Like big, like in Nigeria, the Nigerian audience, they don't. First of all, I feel like they don't know how to watch films, and this is Dami Dawson saying this, right?
Right.
The reason why is I've seen the kind of things that they love to watch and they come out for. I'm not saying I've kudos to everybody doing stuff, but they sort of find it difficult to understand when you do cerebral stuff.
Right.
They're like,
it doesn't back. Like,
at what point do they laugh? At what point does someone, you know?
Yeah. Why is it not? Where's the gree?
So which is why when Netflix came, I appreciated them because then they were taking more cerebral stuff.
Right.
Because they were not focused on things, slapstick stuff. They were taking, okay, this is not so, but it has a story.
It has a story. You build the story. You enjoy it.
And genuinely for me, right, I think that Mother's Love would excel on streaming.
It was shot hoping that at worst case scenario to go to stream. I did not have cinemas in mind at all. Now, I told my team, I said, I wish I knew that Netflix would disappear. Because when I was doing it, Netflix was still here. Oh. Yeah, so, I mean, I didn't think that I would even go the cinema route at all. It was not my intention. Because I also know the difference. I know the kind of movies that are best for cinema. All right, I know. And these are very fast-paced movies. It's like almost popcorn movie. Get it in, get it out.
Not slow burn.
Yeah, you know, but so that's something else that we need to understand, you know, the different forms of film and where they're best suited for distribution wise. So yeah, we take these movies to the cinema because that's our first line of distribution now, or maybe now YouTube now that people now have, you know, for themselves and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'll say Mother's Love would have first been best on streaming for sure, because it's a movie that, to be honest, everybody, and as time goes on, we'll start showing the kind of people that have watched this movie as well that we haven't even released. Like there are people that when they've watched the movie, they've gone, like it's a movie that, I don't know,
like you
have to savour it. You enjoy it. It feels like like a hug, you know, and all of that stuff. And those movies have done well in cinema. So we're praying together that this is one of those ones that it's not the norm. It's not the norm that cinemas would immediately, or cinema lovers will immediately want this kind of movies. And we know that. It's understandable. But we are praying to God that, you know, there are so many people that are changing their minds now and are understanding this form of filmmaking and are willing to be calm enough to enjoy it and to support it.
So this idea just came to my head, and I know that, you know, your PR team, they're like here. And yeah, it's Mother's Love.
Right.
It's coming out in Mother's Month. Then I feel like there should be a lot of push with mothers.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, a lot of push. And not just your high skill or, you know, HNI mothers. Your mothers to the very low scale.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it starts from them. You know, then it goes up. Nigerians are very empathetic people. Like when they see something, they pity people. Yeah, they pity a lot. And I feel like if you go through that route, then go up, I feel like there's something there.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
We've done a few things in that light that we haven't brought out yet, but it's
great,
it's the most organic
great,
way, because that's actually what the story is about, to be honest.
Great, makes sense.
You know, the movie is our classism as well. Yeah. So we have, it's about a family from Banana Island and another one from Makoko.
Don't give spoilers. Don't give spoilers. When it drops, people should go see it. But I like it. I like the dynamics already. But I want to ask you one or two questions before we round off.
Okay.
Would you ever do an epic film?
I've done many. I go do.
No, like you know. So if you see the wave of epic films coming out this period, yeah. Would you do one now?
Now I would. I've always loved epic films. We started Nollywood with epic films, if you remember.
Right.
It was mostly Igbo epic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So now Yoruba epic
they're
have
taking
over.
Yeah, taking over.
And they're doing a great job as well.
Yeah.
So yes, it's amazing. I almost did one. There's no point me talking about it, but I almost did one at some point, but everything just didn't come out together and everything. So yes, I love Yoruba epic. I think it's different from the Igbo epic, but you know, it's still the same energy in the sense that it's our culture that is being shout out to all the amazing Yoruba, because back in those days, no, seriously, back in those days we used to watch all these things, you know, with our parents, you know, and you never thought at the time that it will become mainstream. We'll watch it with VHS, just like our movies and everything. And back in the days, we are a generation, or that generation, very interested. It was older people, you know, that will talk about the Ogun days, you know, you know, and all of that stuff. But now it is our generation. It's our generation. So I love it. I love the fact that I'm a very cultural person, and I believe so much in culture. I believe that's probably one of the only things we have, to be honest. Take our culture away from us, we'll be lost.
Oh yes,
we'll be very lost. You know, so for that reason, I'm very excited. I just want to see us refine it and you know, and make it global. Make it global and do it in such a way that the world, you know, would now eventually look and say, oh my God. And we're already doing that. They're very inquisitive about our culture with all the stuff that we have done already. So I think the epic films right now can actually be more refined, and we can. Why can't we beat the big Marvel films of this world? Because really, that's epic too in their own way.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
Yes, it
and
is.
most of the stories are actually our stories. Okay, they are the stories of the Ogu, the Yemoja, Shango, and all of that. So.
Well, thank you very much, Doctor, for coming on my show.
Thank you so much.
I think I'll just go. Doctor sounds better. You know, I'll just say thank you, Doctor, for coming on my show.
Yes.
And you know, I wish you the best with Mother's Love.
Yes, Mother's Love is out on the 6th of March.
On the 6th of March.
Yes.
And of course, we're gonna see it. So I have a community.
Oh
yes, I have a
I'd love to watch it with them.
Oh yeah,
see,
great.
I want to see what I want to do with Mother's Love is for me. Don't also forget that it's my 30 years anniversary.
Yeah, 30 years. Yeah.
So for me, Mother's Love is a gift. I call it a gift.
Right.
All right. So that's why I'm not so interested in all these unnecessary discussions. Really, for me, I wanted to just enjoy and focus more on the fact that Mother's Love is a gift.
Right.
After coming in this industry for 30 years, I will always be who I am. Omotola, I always come in. I'm an activist. Okay, so my job is always to talk about ills or things things that I think can be done better.
Yeah.
It's not done in any bad faith. It's because I want our industry to be perfect or close to perfect, and for all of us to be making money and get the respect that we actually deserve, because we work very hard. I've worked in Hollywood and I see how they take breaks in between, smoke break, tea break. We don't take breaks. We work sometimes overnight.
Because we have to make money.
Yeah, but also because that's our culture. We're hardworking people and we don't complain that much, you know. So, it's about time for us to get the respect that we deserve. And that's what I'm hoping that we can do by refining some things that we're not doing quite right and everything. So for me, mother's love is a gift at this period of my career and this bridge that I am in. And don't see me as, oh, she went to Hollywood. I am Nollywood 100%, as I am still hoping to break into Hollywood 100%, God willing. So this is my gift in between the story, and I want to watch it with as many people as possible. Okay. So I will watch it with your community.
You saw it on camera, so
I would love to watch it with.
So that when I reach out, you talk
with
about
Dami. No. With Didi, I call you Didi.
Yeah, Didi. Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Sexy Didi.
Well,
like, I'll
sexy
take
Didi,
it.
almost sexy. What do you? Greatness.
Greatness. So I would love it. I would love to watch it with your community and any other community that is out there. This. You want this to be an opportunity to get to meet me. As long as you have a place to show the film. I'm not just going to come there and talk.
No, for sure. For sure.
So as long as there's a place to watch the film, please just reach out to my management. We watch the film. I want to watch it with you.
Great.
I want us to talk about motherhood, about family, and everything in between.
Right, lovely, love it. Now, before we go, two things. We used to play. There's a game I used to play.
Yes.
Where we sort of make a film live here.
All right.
Don't worry, it's nothing serious. First thing we do is I give you a story.
Okay.
I just tell you a random story.
Okay.
You figure out, you come up with a title for the film.
Okay.
And you cast it. Yeah, just three major people.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just pick from actors in the industry who you think can play the film, play the roles rather.
The roles.
So now my film is a young lady who is caught between wanting to be a star and wanting to do what her folks want her to do. Very simple story. Very regular Nollywood stuff. I mean, yeah. So she's caught in between. She wants to be a doctor, but her mom wants her to take over the family. Her dad wants to take over the family business, which is engineering. Right. So the conversation that's where the break is. Now there are three persons: the father, the mom, and the young girl. First, give the story a title. What are you going to call it?
Medical dilemma.
Medical dilemma. Okay. Medical dilemma. Who's going to play the father?
It depends on the characterization you're going for.
Okay, so the girl is
the father
so the girl is she's a teen. Right? She's about going to uni.
Okay.
Right? And the father is in his early 40s, well-to-do, rich guy, fine boy. The mom is quite reserved. She's also well-to-do, but she's not always there.
She's not always there.
But she's there, but she's not always there. She really don't care. Whatever you want to do. But that is someone needs to take over my legacy. Because they don't believe the younger brother can do anything. That one is just written off.
All right.
You understand? So for the guy, what do you think?
For the guy, I would say early 40s.
Early 40s,
Jesus. I don't know too many people. I don't know too many people like that. The early 40s. Hey God, don't let me now revert back to people if I can.
Fair enough.
Lazy thinking, but okay.
Fair enough. Then for the woman.
For the woman, okay. Maybe. What's her name now? Lillian. No, not Lillian. Not Lillian. What's her name? Oh, I'm bad with names. Please forgive me. What's her name now? She's fair skinned. She used to be a presenter.
Osaz?
No.
Oh, Nancy.
Maybe Nancy.
Okay.
Because you said she's neither there.
She's she doesn't care.
I don't know if Nancy is too young, but I want to see her I want to see her play older. I would like to play her that and push her to play that kind of a role.
For the
teen, I don't know too many teen actors.
I figured. Let me help you out. Maybe there's a lady called Tomi Ojo.
Wow.
Yeah, Tomi Ojo.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is, but
I think she fits.
If you pick her, so she looks like both of them, kind of.
Well,
But you see, that's the thing about casting. You also, yeah, gotcha.
okay.
Gotcha.
Because
I just gave
chemistry,
you,
like,
I just
it
gave you a
needs to work.
parent. So you now have to find someone who actually looks like both of them, or that can fit
No,
as
I
a
think
child
I
of
have the
both of
team.
them.
The team is Susan Pajok.
Okay.
Yeah, Susan
Okay.
has a bit of resemblance with Ifeanyi Kalu.
Okay.
Yeah, so the light
So that will
skin,
fit.
the long, yeah. So Susan Pajok. We just
There
made
we
a
go.
film, guys. Medical Dilemma,
Medical dilemma.
produced and directed, produced by Dami Dawson, directed by
You see,
Dr.
Omotola.
Omotola Jalade Ekeinde, starring Ifeanyi Kalu, Nancy Sime, and Susan Pajok.
Bound.
Coming to the cinemas
Near you.
December 2094. Now, before you go,
Right.
never done this on my show before.
Where?
But it's essential that I do this. First off is I do not fangirl anybody.
Okay.
That's why a lot of people in the industry don't exactly like me, because I'm not exactly looking for friends.
Yeah.
I'm just saying stuff the way I see it and the way I feel.
And you need clarity of mind to do
And
that.
you get me. So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you happy, really, but I love to have film conversations because I come from a background of film. I used to act when I was a kid.
Wow.
I was a superstar, but
Were you?
oh yeah, very little. But I mean, I'm just taking a different route now, which my uncle, rest his soul, is late now. AK Media used to do face-to-face and the likes back then.
Oh.
You look like Dami, you should be in film, not talking. But I think this path is just good for me.
Right.
And I honestly just want to say thank you for what you've done. And I want to give you flowers.
Yes. I love that.
Bring my flowers, please, and my cake.
Oh, literal.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to give you flowers. And I think it's essential that we recognize and we appreciate those who have helped us grow.
Oh.
Whether they like it or not, right?
Yes.
You are instrumental to the Nollywood of today. And like I said, this is not me trying to play one PR, whatever. This is just me being very honest about when I heard that you were coming, I told my team, I need to get her flowers.
Oh.
And I don't know if anybody's given you flowers before.
Well.
I mean, not your husband and no. This is one random guy from somewhere that is saying.
I was on ACS recently. Let me give them their flowers. Yeah. That's the, what's it called? African Creative Summit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and they did give me flowers and
Like
a
this?
lovely cake. Maybe not as big.
Nah,
You're right.
Nah, come on. This is
a bunch of flowers.
This is something. If you have a jar at home, just when you
put
see
it
it,
in
just be
there.
like, yeah, this is from me to you to say
Right.
thank you
Right.
for everything that you've done.
Yes.
And just keep being yourself. And we want to grow, and whatever we can do to grow based off your experience in other film industries, we're open to learning. Some
Right.
of us, not everybody, of course, I know.
I know.
So thank you so much, Dr. Omotola
Oh,
Jalade Ekeinde.
thank you.
And some cupcakes here for you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dami.
Yeah.
We need more of people like you in this industry.
Thank you.
We really do.
Yeah.
To be honest, for the very longest time, as much as I can remember, some of us have been fighting alone
Right.
almost.
Right.
And it has made us like the enemy,
Yeah, yeah.
And you hear very unsavory words being used on us.
Yeah.
And it kind of like cost us our careers
Yeah,
too, because when you're fighting for standards and you're fighting mediocrity, it fights back,
Right.
if you know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But sometimes you need other people. If the more the merrier.
Right.
If there were more people who knew the standards, then you would not be a lone voice or
That's
a lone
right.
wolf. It would not be
That's
easy
right.
for them to target you.
That's right.
So thank you for making it soft landing for people like.
You're welcome.
So more of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
When I was told I was going to come on your show, I knew I had seen you. I mean, I don't think I was in this country when you started, but I have seen you in LA, and I know I had seen one or two of your interviews. And so when they told me I was coming to the show, I was like, I know that guy, and I respect you.
Thank you.
I respect you for what you do.
Thank you.
And I want to tell you that this is just the beginning.
Thank you.
We respect you.
Thank
a lot
you.
of us in this industry
It means a lot coming
respect
for you, so thank you so
we
much.
do. Thank you so much for what you do for the industry.
Yeah.
And believe it, Nollywood is still going to be bigger than Hollywood.
I'm
and
praying
people like
for
you
that.
are going to make it happen.
I was so glad to be a part of it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this. This is
So
so
guys,
beautiful.
that's what we have today on It's a Wrap. Just go home. Bye.
Oh, come on. Don't make him cry already. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so
Thank
much.
you.
It was
Yeah.
really lovely
Thank you.
being on your show. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay,
Cupcakes here.
30 years and I got cake.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on Fitz Farm journey, but
Oh
okay.
yeah, Fit Farm job. Okay. I thought you should have told me now that I've gotten maybe something that is more Fit Farmish. Yeah.